Good afternoon. Ralph E. Hartman here on the roadside near Torrey Pines. Just got off the bus a few minutes ago. This write-in candidate for U.S. Representative District 17. And another sudden strange incident occurred that I decided to go ahead and mention because I'm telling you the truth. It was kind of vividly obvious that people passing by in their cars noticed. And what happened was, just after I got off the bus and turned south, I passed noticing as I walked along, I was looking towards the ground and I noticed a large ant mound on the grass, and something caused a vivid image of it projected up to the top of my left shoulder and where I was at my shoulder strap of my knapsack. I usually use both straps, but this time it was just on my left shoulder. And whatever does that, I don't know how they do it, but it doesn't look like a very solid image of the mound, but certainly a projection of the shape and size of the mound. And what they're about is what the attitude and who propagates the 1981 stain accusation and other various derisive kind of details. As though that they can, if I send details to somebody that they don't agree about, is that they'd partly think of it as though that they'd be maintaining control over details that they don't want others to know about, and an indication being projection of an ant mound. It's I've experienced it for a lot of years actually. Years ago, just walking along the road, suddenly projection occurs from the ant mound, spatters, puts a blur up at the corner of my eye that I then have to rub out. Other times, small imagery, small ant mounds project up to right near the corner of my eye, as though like where it would be fortified or whatever. And all of it is, it really, seriously, that others very drastically pivoted on the secret rumor from back when I was working in Disney World in '81. Like I've explained in other messages, the detail was that they were accusing that there had been a stain of another man on the outer corner of my left eye. But they're exactly wrong. There had only been an instance of myself that had only been very slight, on a sober day at home, an embarrassment of a clumsy moment with a beautiful fashion pictorial. Ladies only ladies. So anyway, I continue to like the nice ladies, but back then in Orlando in '81, when I didn't know what was hitting me, that the rumoring that started to be circulated around was that they had an official clinical proof of me doing something, and caused social stigma, and it was just really bad progression that included eventually portraying me as though I became a recluse to stay away from social because of doing something nasty with a man, turning against the ladies and girls instead. But they're absolutely wrong. So just seeing the new manipulation, I'm sorry I'm stammering a little bit about this. I have other subjects on my mind, and then something suddenly happens, and I decide to quickly make a message, but I hope this is acceptable. So anyway, like I'm saying, that an opposition against this honest testimony includes a preference for ants. So I don't like ants, and they have attitudes against regular women. I've experienced dangers, and I've reported against dangers that there's ladies I can't possibly know, I don't have any way to contact about to verify their safety or anything, that others like to cause doubts about, and some of them are official. So anyway, I learned a few years ago that one of the participants in the opposition is my father, Albert Hartman, who I had been pallbearer in his funeral. Back when I was an 11-year-old, he allegedly died because of leukemia in Baptist Hospital in Miami, and I attended the funeral, and I attended the graveside service, and and I assumed that he had died. Well, many, many years pass, and it starts to be revealed that he lived on in secret, and that he was secretly a gay, and also with Nazi kind of conspiring. So anyway, I started to occasionally get into the confusion that gets at me all the time from traffic, etc. And he really seriously criticized against me dropping matches on ant mounds when I was a kid. It didn't happen often, but my grandmother had an old house in Coral Gables, and sometimes I noticed big fire ant mounds out on the nearby grass alley. And I had been told that even if a kid would fall on an ant mound, that if you couldn't get back up, that the ants would kill you. So I decided, why not just get rid of the ant mounds? And I decided to sometimes just drop matches on ant mounds. Not many times, but a few times. Who cares about ants if you get sworn on, they give you a mean bite? So at the time, I usually didn't have any matches with me, so I got them from my grandmother, and she had a collection of matches that was mostly from the tour. Miami Beach hotels, Las Vegas, and Reno, Nevada casinos and places like that. So anyway, me being a kid at the time, I was probably like only about a 9 or 10-year-old, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think there would be anyone that would prefer or have any attitudes against me dropping matches on ant mounds. But it turns out to be that there were persons that were against me dropping matches on ant mounds. And eventually I started having another worry when I started noticing online dating services using a term, find your match. And I thought saying, man, that is a real bad term. What do they mean, find your match? There's some people that, they just be advising others, look to a pretty lady on the screen and then thinking about getting matches, So anyway, I wrote reports and concerns detailing from my past, the details that I've just said now, encouraging for others to please change the dating service terminology to find your interest or, find your date. The use of find your match on dating service is indication of a danger. I'm hoping that the ladies and the men are always just safe instead. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention to you another pivot of contention that originated actually even before the secret malpractice accusation in Orlando back when I worked at Disney World. I hope everyone's having a good day. Thanks.